everybody. Welcome to Moving Forward with Audrey Now. I am Audrey, and this is all of our opportunities to move forward. Now, moving forward does not always look like this. It could look like this, it could look like that, it could look like this. Don't get caught up in some kind of linear attitude of what forward is. Forward is where you grow and evolve. Forward is where you create peace. Forward is where you have balance. Forward is where there's more love. That's forward. So, this is a healing podcast. Our purpose is to up-level vibration within individuals. That includes me, within the entire universe that we're all connected to. All of this, all of that is also connected to me. I am connected to all of you on one deep level. We're one on individual levels. We are distinct and unique. Make no mistake about that. I guarantee you, I am very much my own unique person. And if you know me, you'll know that. And so are you. So, our purpose is to evolve, which is what our planet is also doing at this time. And almost all healers of any kind will tell you that, including scientists who are actually aware of what's happening on deeper levels. So, our theme for today, this is a healing podcast, is cooperation as compared with competition. It's also clearing clutter. And clutter is some of your thought patterns, some of the ways of doing stuff. It could be some of the stuff laying around. I have books, I have cards, I have frequency stones here where I also do the podcast. So, or what am I? I'm an evolving spirit. I'm an evolving being. I am cogently put, experienced, and have expertise, no question, as a clairvoyant, as a healer, as an author, as an artist, as a genetic karmic pattern distinguisher, as what are those things called? As our affirmation, breathing attunement specialist, as a mom, and as a Grammie. Does that mean that all the times everyone with whom I'm affiliated love me to the max and just send me kisses? No, they can be annoyed. They can have feelings. They're going through their own earth journey, as am I. And I have chosen, God, I chose this when I was a child, to grow and evolve. I chose that years ago. Years ago. I still choose it. And I periodically, by the way, consecrate myself to Source. And I choose the female vibration because I am a woman. And I love being a woman. I mean, I define being a man if I were, but I'm not, and I'm cool with that. I am extremely cool with that. And I periodically, when I feel the vibe, reconsecrate myself. So, we're going to start with a breathing attunement. Sit comfortably. If you hear noise, I am in Costa Rica. My windows are open. It is fairly early in the morning, and there's some kind of vehicle making some kind of noise. Así es la vida. Such is life. And today, by the way, just so you can track, so whenever this actually you watch it and comes out, today is August 12th, 2025. And it is, what is it? It is approximately 8:25 in the morning, 8:15, something. Anyway, I made myself a protein drink, and it had what's called golden stuff in it, so it's bits and pieces of different herbs. And I made what do you call them? Crackers from. It's all raw, mostly raw vegan, and limiting myself to 4 eggs a week and some yogurt. And other than that, definitely vegan. And so let's see, our affirmation for today is I live in harmony and balance with higher self and the universe. I live in harmony and balance with higher self and the universe and take steps congruent with that. So, I you say this, you feel it in your heart. Wherever this is my heart underneath this is you feel it here. Feel it. It's a feeling. Have it come through in your voice, through your eyes. I live in harmony and balance with higher self and the universe, and I take steps congruent with that. That means you are constantly allowing yourself to evolve. And say it, feel it, mean it, and do it. That's what makes this come alive. Your actual living of these. You don't just say words. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, you could, but it's important to feel them, align them inside, and live them as best you can. If you fall down from it and whatever, acknowledge it, state it, reaffirm, and then do the best you can, whatever that might be at any given moment. It might be washing the floor, it might be cleaning out the toilet, it might be washing dishes, it might be taking a bath. Um, I could only do showers right now where I live. I love baths, but I don't have a tub, so it's showers. And you do the best you can wherever you are, and you give thanks. Give thanks. I'm so grateful I can take a shower and that I have warm water. OMG. I lived here where there was only cold water, not my favorite. And then I was still very happy I had water. Now and then there's no water. So I keep a jug of water just for those times. Do what you have to do to maintain your life. And although we are all on a journey of evolution, are there challenges? Yes. Do I think there'll be more? Oh, and how? I do. I feel in the next month, the next several months, possibly year, there are going to be plenty of challenges because there are those persons who are choosing to live from negative ego. That's a whole, we'll get to that later. So it's important to live with beauty. Beauty realigns us. Beauty reshapes the wiring in your brain. Beauty helps open your heart. So I'm in these little paintings. I've done them. These are some of my frequency stones. I call them frequency stones. Well, one, they are rocks, they're stones. And two, they change your frequency. If you have to allow them to, not fight it. They all have crystals on them, and they live with me, and I meditate and lift my energy every day and send out healing energy every day at some point, usually early, but sometimes later. These frequency stones also absorb that and give out their energy, and they are of the earth and the indigenous people of the United States, the ones I happen to know, who call themselves First Peoples. I'm from a different culture, but we're still aligned. They say the rocks are the old people, the old ones. They have been here, depending on which rock you have, since the earth started, whenever that was. And regular history is not giving you the truth, by the way, at all. So this is one of them. And this is another. Look at how cute. They're different on each side. So if you choose to look at them as paintings, which they actually are, You have at least two. One, two, and you can turn them. You can do that with all of my paintings also because I paint abstracts. So if it's a four-sided thing, you've got four different paintings. My cardboard paintings and carton is one on each side. So yes, it's up to you if you want a frequency stone, let me know. And how does that combine with healing and up leveling your frequency? Well, the name of the game these days is up leveling one's frequency. You do it with how you think, you do it with how you speak, you do it with how you live, you do it with the food you eat, you do it with the beverages you drink, you do it with the work you do, and how you do the work you do. Because any work, I remember once when I lived, where was I living? Where was that place? I think, yes. It was one of the places I think I lived in the city. That means New York. And yes. I hated the way it looked. I detested it. It wasn't. Ah! It was in a yucky building at the time, very yucky. People dealt drugs on one of the floor. It just yuck. And it was a mess. And I don't like a mess. I don't always want to do the cleaning. I will, not all of it. Some of it I need help with because some of it is beyond what I can handle. And the kitchen was gross and disgusting. And I was in a process then called Proto Source with Virginia Sandlin, who apparently is no longer on the earth, I am sorry to say. And she said we had to make our environment impeccable. And I looked at this place, and that meant I had to get rid of the floor. I had, blech, okay, it was gross. So I found somebody because I don't do that. I don't know how to pull up tile, nor am I going to do it. That's not my thing. And so this wonderful guy was literally pulling up the tile, and it was one level after another, after another, after another, after another. And when he finally pulled all that junk up, which was years of cluttered emotion, anger, hate, upset, love, all of it enmeshed in there. And I'm doing prayer and energy and cheering him on. And then he finally found we had wood. Who knew? Not parquet floors, but wood, actual wood from a tree wood. And I was so excited. I jumped up and down. Yes, my body will jump up and down when I'm excited. And I thanked him. And then he cleaned it all and did what he did. And I told him, I said, "Do you realize what your work is?" I said, "You're clearing away years of pain, of old karma, of issues, of sadness, of rage that people may or may not be aware that they are holding from themselves as well as other people." This was old, and there were at least 5 to 7 layers of different linoleum. So that could be 5 to 7 different families or not. And he was clearing it all out and then taking it, and wherever he disposed of it. I like to recycle, but even recycling places may not recycle, just so we understand. And there's just so many places to put stuff. And when he understood that he was helping people clear karma and creating newness and creating beauty and creating love, it gave him a new perception of his life. So your work and your attitude and the belief you bring to it and the energy you bring to it can up level almost anything. So our theme, let's see, I did breathing attunement. So we're going to do a relatively simple one because I would like to get to our topic, and I'm keeping these podcasts to 30 minutes. We're going to do a very simple breath that aligns your heart with your brain. There's a with with the head brain. There's a brain in the heart, There's a brain in the head and there's a brain in the gut. I assert they all align. The hardest, the strongest. So we're going to do an inhalation to the count of 4, retention to the count of 6, and a release to the count of 8. So sit comfortably. You can put your hand on your heart the way I am. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Be still. Continue breathing at your own pace, filling with divine light, compassion, generosity, kindness, love, appreciation. This is how you center. This is how you get still. This is how you uplift your frequency. One method. So, thank you. So our wisdom teaching for today is cooperation compared with competition. Clearing clutter. That means your thoughts, your way of doing stuff. With me, I periodically clear the books on my surface here, and because I do not have like a slew of bookshelves, which I literally would like to have because I would use them, I keep it as neat as I can, and it's not always as neat as I would prefer. However, I know where stuff is, and right now, that's how I'm dealing with it. So, in survival of the species, or survival, what was that called? I think it was survival of the fittest. The misnomer, the mistake in that, and I laugh because it's so typical of the wrong kind of male energy. I'm sorry, but it's true. Was that the stronger you are, the more you survive, and you have to compete. That is such BS. None of that is true. Not competing. Look what it's gotten us. We have countries coming. I have to be number one. We have to be number one on the moon. No, we have to be number one on the moon. We have to have more bombs. No, we have to have more. That is such nonsense. That is foolishness. That is ridiculous. That is toxic maleness and toxic femaleness. And I can't do anything. Poor me. Let me follow somebody. They know more. No, no. Women are strong. We may be, okay. I am 4'10" and a smidge. I'm not sure what I weighed the last time I weighed myself. I was at my daughter's home, and my first granddaughter announced to everyone that Grammie, that's me, weighed 91 pounds. Maybe. Okay. And that's what I weighed then. I don't know now. More or less the same. We will see. I'm doing yoga again because my tummy got bigger and I needed to strengthen my muscles there. And I'm still a relatively little person compared to most people. I am under 5 feet. That's not so tall. And so back to cooperation. Imagine your own body, all of the organs cooperating with each other, all of the systems cooperating with one another, all of the genes, all of the chromosomes, all of the telomeres, all of everything cooperating with each other. When you have that, you are healthy. When everything is cooperating and humming along and sending out the energy of love and compassion and ease and excitement, which everything has a vibration, everything has consciousness, you're healthy. When these things do not cooperate, you will have some kind of condition of one kind or another that is less than ease. And what does one have to do? Not necessarily take medicine, not necessarily take drugs, not necessarily ignore it. Oh no, I'll pretend it's not there. That doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Look at what the root cause is. And to me, and I'm simplifying this, the root cause of many things is lack of love for the self. And self is capital S, little s, ELF, soul, essence, self, because we all are, and little s, ego, personality, self, because at the moment most of us still are. And that is like a spectrum. So we're all of it. When you do the processes, and I'll do the uplifting one in another podcast, so your energy can go higher and higher. Okay, and I'll take you on a meditational journey on another podcast. So you can do this for yourself. When people refuse to do that and look at the planet, look at who's doing what. When you see somebody that is lying, that thinks they're top this and everybody else is bottom that, they think that they are better than, that's competition. It doesn't work. It's a disease to the species, and I can guarantee you it's a disease to that person, whether they acknowledge it or not. And some people have longer lasting power than others for any number of different reasons, even if it's to help everybody learn some lessons. I am honing, releasing judgment, because can I be judgmental? Yes, my moon is in Virgo. I assure you, I can pick, and I'm honing, releasing the judgment, and instead having compassion. I am born under the sun sign of Cancer. I have 2 other planets in Cancer. I have 2 house cusps in Cancer. This is Western astrology. And I have enormous compassion. Sometimes it works against myself. So I have learned to stop doing that and to have healthy compassion. And when you have that, that outweighs the judgment. When you realize, and this one's a tough one for me sometimes, that everyone is doing the best they can with who they are in that moment, or who they think they are, how they have identified themselves as being. A friend of mine said, I perpetually acknowledge I'm a former New Yorker. I am letting go of that. Okay, I mean, I am a former New Yorker, but I'm letting go of that as delete as an identity. I am morphing into, and I have been, and allow this. I am cosmic. We all are. I'm morphing into that. I am part of the all of it, beyond time, place, and space. And when you really do that, and it is a process, if you say, oh, I'll do it in 5 minutes, you teach me. It is a process. And as you morph with that, you shift, SHIFT, and change and evolve. So now when I breathe intentional breathing. I allow myself to merge into the energy, which I do anyway. I do that when I'm doing energy work and healing work. I'm literally doing a dance with the energy and all of that, and letting my identity shift, change, evolve. Allow your identity to shift, change, and evolve. I've done a number of shows on the importance of diversity, people of different colors, cultures, chronological ages, all of that. That is so important. Up level consciousnesses. Allow yourself to do that. The earth herself, it's a female vibration. It keeps giving birth, creating. That's female, okay? At least in how we reckon and look at the sexes now. I personally think the universe, the multiverse, is more female than male. I don't think it's neutral. And I know, because I've done my own tests, that it isn't just level. It's a little more positive than negative. Align with that, baby. And if you want to see it this way, or you're looking at that transhumanism and you're putting all kind of whatnot and hoo-ha in your body, you're also defeating what your natural ability can be. And the expert on this is Greg Braden, Gregg Braden. He's amazing. And we also are systems. We are a soft flesh, intuition, emotional system. We're amazing. We are scalable. There's never a limit to what we can learn. Ever. It goes on and on and on and on. So allow that. So when you allow, and you clear the clutter, if you're thinking, I'm better than this one, I'm less than that one, start releasing that. Why do you think that? Who told you? Where's the quote unquote proof? It's made up. It's made up. And ladies, I am definitely a champion for women, females. I am one, and I am beyond tired of this sex being put down and misused, and us in any way cooperating. And yes, I have been part of that, and no, I am not now. We're not less than anything. Don't make yourself less. And whatever your culture is, and I'm aware that there are cultures that are horrendous to women, find a way to shift within yourself. That's where it starts. Find a way to know other people, especially women that are on that journey. Connect. And when you do find men, or non-binary, or others that I don't even know what to call them, transgender, different than transhuman, by the way, align with that. You don't have to be the same. I didn't say be identical, but align that we are all amazing. And when you meet someone that's got a particular gift and amazement one, don't be jealous. Oh, good grief. Say thank you that that exists. How may I learn from you? This is what I know how to do. Would you like some? I live in the land of chocolate. And if you know me at all, you know I love chocolate. We grow the stuff on trees. So I make raw, organic chocolate brownies. Are they good? Oh my gosh. And I make chocolate custard with various nuts, including seeds. So, bless yourself. We need to complete now. This is our appreciation and gratitude. Give thanks for your gifts. Give thanks for your height. Give thanks for your complexion. Give thanks that you're alive. Give thanks you can breathe. Give thanks you have ideas. Up level them. Take steps to manifest your dream. And yes, yes, as you evolve and grow, like, love this podcast, we are part of the frequency, the agency, shifting our planet and our people to higher energy. So, like, love, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. And share this, share this, share this. Bye.